So now let's review Oxford Bibliographies. In the title for this video, I refer to Oxford Bibliographies as one-stop shopping. And the reason why I refer to it as that way is that it covers both the background information, the major scholars, and will give you academic resources. So let's check it out. I'm at the COMM 300 library guide homepage. I am going to click on Getting Started. I'm going to scroll down, and under Overviews, here's a link to Oxford Bibliographies. I'm going to click on it. Going to log in. If you're not logged into Odin, you will get a sign-on prompt. And here we are. So I'm going to just do a quick search. I've done some exploring, and I'm interested in politics and communications. So I'm going to type in political campaigns, and you can see that it's got an autofill since I've tried this before. Okay, so let's go over the screen quickly. We have quite a few things, but I'm going to scroll down, and I want to point out a few things. If you look and you scroll down, you can see there's a bunch of subjects here. We have political marketing, and it's under the subject of communication. So that's great. That's what I want. Something under the subject of communication. So political marketing, online campaigning, political advertising. And if you scroll down, you get more possibilities. And as of course, the most likely topics are at the top, the less likely related to communication is lower. So I'm going to go back up here and look at political marketing. But before I do that, I just want to point out one thing. In terms of background information and trying to get ideas for what you want to do your lit review on, I think Oxford Bibliography is excellent, because when you do just a broad search, it'll present a whole slew of topics, and you can use those listings to narrow down your possible lit reviews. So I'm going to look at political marketing, clicking on the link. Okay, here we have the page on political marketing, and I just want to point out a few things. If you look to the left, this is the table of contents for this report. So as you can see, we have general overviews, something called core texts, handbooks, journals, definitions, and if you scroll down, theoretical foundations and concepts. What else could you need or want? Critical perspectives. That is something that would also be handy in coming up with your lit review. I'm going to scroll down again. I just want to show related articles, because this is another way to get some more ideas. So we have advertising, audience fragmentation, cable television, civic and political participation, communication campaigns. So this is another way to get some more ideas. So I've decided to go ahead and go with this topic. So I'm just going to scroll down to the introduction. And the introduction is sort of a abstract or synopsis on the topic. So I'm going to read the first sentence. The first use of the term political marketing has been attributed to political scientist Stanley Kelly in his book, professional publications, and political power. There's actually a link to the book, and there's also a link to core text. So if you keep reading the introduction, you will see this will give you a background and most likely other names of scholars. So Philip Kotler is listed here. So this is a great way to get an overview of your topic that you've selected, as well as who is considered the foundation or founder of this concept. Okay, scrolling down again, general overviews. Now, this is very similar to the introduction, but it's pointing you to the seminal or foundational works of this topic. So several books provide overviews of the field of political marketing and at the same time reflect the establishment and differentiation of political marketing as a discipline. So not only are they going to give you the seminal works, but they're going to talk about who has different takes on a concept. So if you look at Nemo is one of the first books to covering the evolution of marketing and politics. And then his name is a link. Then we have other names too. So this is giving you sort of the history of the research of this topic. And you can click on these names to get more information or even find the materials. Scrolling down again, I'm looking at the titles. Packaging Politics, Political Communication in Britain's Media. I'm really interested in the core text. So I'm going to scroll back up and click on the link core text. And if you scroll through the table of contents, you can also see core text. So either way, I'm going to click on that. I see even more names. So more possible scholars that you might want to look into. And I'm going to scroll down. What's highlighted in yellow are the search terms that I use. So obviously I used political. I'm sure somewhere around is campaigns. As I scroll up here, yes, I see campaigns, but I'm really interested in this article here. Jay Blumler and Dennis Kavanaugh, The Third Age of Political Communication, Influences and Features. And this is in the journal Political Communication. We have a site here. Actually, if you come down here, you can save citations, export, or share citations. I would use those because you will get the actual citation that you can use in your literature review. So I'm reading this abstract, this little summary of what the article's all about, and I'm very interested in it. So I see a phrase, find this resource. I mouse over it and it's not a link, but if I come over to the plus and click on it, there is a link. So I see two links and I'm going to suggest you use the icon, find it at PSU. Click on that. And it has taken me back to the catalog. So we're back in the library catalog, and the catalog, as I have stated previously and in other videos, it will give you not only books, book chapters, but it will also give you newspaper articles, and more importantly for you, scholarly articles. So I have a few choices here. I'm just going to click on the first one, communication source. And here are the articles. I'm going to select item here. And when you click on links that say link to the article, link to the full text, the pages that you often land on will look different. We get our articles from so many companies that they all have their own unique interface. So my suggestion is look for something that says PDF or PDF full text. And if you can see on the left, there is a link. I click on that. And there is the actual article. If I scroll down, it looks exactly how it does in print, including page numbers, which are going to be critical for your lit review. Scrolling back up, so you can come over here and download the article, or you can email yourself the link. So my suggestion is use Oxford Bibliographies. It will save you a tremendous amount of time, and it's a great way to get an overview on a communication theory.